What's up, everyone? My name is Tara Green, and my topic was DNA evidence and other forms of evidence. So, DNA evidence interests me because it is so direct to an individual, and it is an extreme advantage for the criminal justice system to have. Now, there's many different forms of evidence. Some of these forms of evidence include real evidence, physical evidence, circumstantial evidence, direct evidence, testimonial evidence. But none of these forms of evidence compare to DNA evidence when we're speaking to the court. DNA evidence just holds up the best because it's so direct to that specific individual, which allows for us criminal justice personnel to be able to solve that crime that otherwise would have never been able to be solved. I feel as though evidence is one of the most important aspects of court. The judging of whether someone gets guilty or not guilty is almost entirely made up of evidence. If you don't have the right evidence, you won't get the right verdict. And I only say that because an individual can be guilty and not found as guilty because the evidence was not sufficient. Now, DNA evidence, there's no going back on that evidence. It's direct, it's set in stone, it's to that person. It cannot go to another person. It's just from that person, which is why I feel as though DNA evidence is one of the strongest points that we have. And it really does leave little room for doubt. And in our criminal court cases, the standard is beyond a reasonable doubt. DNA evidence doesn't allow for much doubt because that evidence was from that specific person. Not only does this help solve the crime, but it gives the families of the victims closure. It allows for true justice to be served. And I cannot talk about DNA evidence without talking about the Innocence Project. And as of 2025, over 204 clients have been exonerated thanks to DNA evidence. And I love that for individuals who didn't truly commit a criminal crime, they're being freed by this phenomenon called DNA evidence. It's being used for cold cases that couldn't have been solved for years. DNA evidence is truly making a move in America, especially inside of our criminal cases. And it's extremely important to our cases. The more advanced we get as a society, the more specific we can get with our evidence, and DNA evidence allows for us to have that advantage in solving crimes and bringing justice